Buddy. All right, so time for another album review. I haven't done one of these in a while. Little quick exposition before I get into the record. The reason I haven't done one of these in a while is because for a while I was doing the album reviews as I was listening to music, and I'm always listening to music, but it takes so much to impress me anymore that I was leaving reviews anyway. Like you can see them, they're on my channel, and most of them were kind of lukewarm and kind of like, oh, I didn't really like that. And I realized that people really don't want to hear somebody sit there and just complain and bitch about something that they like. So I just stopped leaving album reviews whenever I didn't have anything nice to say, pretty much. Except in the case of Steve Perry, which it was a new thing and it was a big deal, and I left a review, and it was like lukewarm, but it was overall positive, but people tore me to pieces. Basically, unless you get on here and say you love everything about something, people are going to tear you to pieces. I just want to avoid the drama. Like, why put negativity out in the world? Anyway, I'm always digesting new music, always. I have literally 1,000 CDs that I own, 960, that I still haven't listened to, because I'm a junkie. Anyway, I haven't left one of these in a while, but recently I bought a bunch of my favorite, not my favorite, I bought a bunch of AOR, melodic rock, hard rock albums that I've heard of my whole life and never got around to purchasing and listening to. And one of them was this record. So here's what we're going to talk about today, kind of briefly probably. Cold Sweat is the name of the band. The record is called Breakout. I've seen this cover posted on Facebook and around for a long time, but I just never got around to getting it or listening to it because, frankly, there's 100 bands just like this. I don't want to name them, but there's a lot of them that just kind of slipped under the radar. I don't want to name any because I don't want to insult anybody because sometimes I know people in these bands. But I just never got onto this one, and this one ended up in my world a couple of weeks ago, and most of the time when I come across records like this, they kind of all blend together. Or I love this kind of music, but I've heard it so much that it doesn't make an impact anymore. Like if I hear any more songs about, like, let's get drunk, rock and roll, and party, and doesn't she look great in that dress? I'm just like, I just don't care. But this was an exception. And I can't even put my finger on why. It might be the guy's voice. The vocals overall are awesome. The background vocals, I really love the background vocal sound on this. And honestly, if you're watching this review right now, you probably already know this record because nobody's just stumbling on this and goes, Cold Sweat Breakout, I'm going to check that out. No one's doing that. If you're watching this right now, you know this record and you probably know more about it than I do because it's really fresh to me. So like if I go back and listen to some of my favorite records by like Winger and Giant and Journey and Honeymoon Suite and Bon Jovi, like I will go on and on and on and on and on because I know all this stuff by them. But this one, I don't know much. If by some chance you don't know what this is and you're familiar with the band Lynch Mob, it's very similar to Lynch Mob, mostly because some of the people in this band were in Lynch Mob. But even if I didn't know that, it sounds like Lynch Mob kind of in the vibe and the vocal delivery. The guy sounds a lot like Oni Logan. I never know how to say that guy's name. Oni Logan? I don't know. And there's a varied story behind this band that I'm not overly familiar with. I could just read you the liner notes, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm basically here to say if you dug kind of the more guitar-oriented rock stuff from the late 80s, early 90s with really good vocals, mostly if you love Lynch Mob, you might really want to check this out. I can't, again, put my finger on why I dug this, but I really dug this. The vocal choruses are great. I love big harmonies. And the chord changes, actually, what were the cover of the song? The chord changes in Take This Heart of Mine and Let's Make Love Tonight. How they change key in the chorus is really pretty cool. And especially in Take This Heart of Mine, it's very slick how it goes from one key to the other and then back. I like that a lot. So like the songwriter in me is like, oh, that's impressive. That's not just chugging an A at A, D, A, D, A, D. It was really cool. And the singer's voice, he does a couple like these Robert Plant-esque kind of slides, David Coverdale kind of thing where and his break from his chest voice to his head voice is just seamless. And not many people can do that or do it this well. So that's really impressive. But he also sings like, I believe it when he's singing. That makes sense, which is also hard to come by. So, my favorite song, I don't know if I have favorite songs. I'm a harsh critic. I mean, I hate everything now. But there were 10 songs on here. I don't count the cover because I'm just not a big fan of covers in general. But 10 songs I love. I like 7 of them. 7 of them kind of made it through into like I'm going to take those songs with me. The ones I didn't really care for are toward the end. Fistful of Money was kind of boring. And Jump the Gun was okay, but I didn't really love it. And actually, Love Struck I went back and forth on because I like the chord changes in the production. It was on the edge. It's good, not great, but the rest is great. I really love Crying Shame, even though it just sounds like All I Want by Lynch Mob. It's just pretty much the same. I mean, it's the same groove, the same kind of song, dun, 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 the same style song, but I still liked it, even though I wanted the Crying Shame vocals on the third time through to come in a measure earlier, but that's just me in my playground in my head. But I love that. I love the way the record starts. I was a little disappointed there was only one ballad, because I'm a ballad sucker. Killing Floor. I love Killing Floor. That was a killer song. Didn't mean the pun. But yeah, I really like that, especially the guitar riff toward the end. I like that. That also, for some reason, every time I'd hear Killing Floor, I thought about the line in All I Want by Lynch Mob where he says, blah, 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 you know, it seems pretty crazy when I think your father found you on the killing floor. And I thought, I wonder if that's an intentional throwback to this. Because I've heard that Lynch Mob record for 25 years. By the way, where's Lynch Mob? Where's my Lynch Mob stuff? Oh, it's right here. There you go. Yeah. I don't have anything past the first two records because I don't. If you've heard anything past the first two records, is it any good? I know Smoke This got a lot of heat, so I didn't shade, whatever you want to call it. So I didn't really get that one. Anyway, I'm off topic. This is good. If you dug, again, like Dokken is very Dokken-esque. In fact, Four on the Floor reminds me a little bit of Till the Living End. But basically, and of course, it's George Lynch. So if you like Dokken and you like Lynch Mob and you haven't checked this out, I recommend it. And I hardly ever recommend anything anymore. This is a newly remastered version, I think. Because I think for a while I saw this online and people were paying a lot for it or it was out of print. And I'll be honest, I just kind of broke down, and I feel bad for the people that bought this, the original pressing, and paid a lot of money, and then I paid like, I don't know, 15 or whatever it was for it. But there you go. I know there's a lot more to the story of this band and a lot more that should be said about the people in it. I just don't really know. I know I bought the record, and I liked it. So that's it. So if me just rambling here turns you on to another band you like, that's great. And if nothing else, I'm just gushing about something that's kind of was pretty cool. It was very cool to me this month. And again, stuff like this, it takes a lot to move me anymore because my hard drive is so full. It's so full. All right, that's all I got. I talked longer than I thought I would about that. If anybody has any suggestions or things they'd like me to review, I will do it, but you might not like what you get. Any questions or whatever, I'm here. I'm easy to find. Subscribe to the channel. I have more stuff all the time. It's all just random or I don't know. I just talk whenever I feel like talking. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, there you go. Breakout by Cold Sweat. Check it out. That's all I got. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.